Your attention,
Kenji
please.
Hashimoto
Now pitching
gets
for
the
the
call
Padres,
from the pen to take over
number
on the mound
93,
and start the home
Kenji
seventh.
Hashimoto.
Striding in once again, Pedro
Leading out for the
Alvarez.
bat.
He'll match up with a new
Third
pitcher
baseman,
to begin their
Pedro
half of the seventh.
Alvarez.
Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those were two good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Pedro Alvarez is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with three straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Juan Lagares will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
Throw is not going to be in time to get him, and somehow he's going to wind up with an infield single. Ready once again, Daryl Matheson. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Again, he sends it out of play. He'll try again, 1-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Margot's under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Ready for another chance? Wilmer Flores. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, that's a nice piece of hitting. You know the first baseman's going to be holding, and he dives for this ball. Had he been playing back, he might have had him. But that's why you shoot for that direction, because you know he's playing in.
Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
With runners on base, 2 outs and 2 strikes, this is a big next pitch for both sides.
And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Travis Jankowski will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
4 wins in a row for these.
Your attention,
Kenji Hashimoto takes the ball
Padres,
now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Kenji Hashimoto.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jones is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. So here's Matt Kemp now, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball one.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
And there's a swing and a miss for strike two, and the Braves now are down to their final strike. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. Kenji Hashimoto takes the mound in a safe situation as he'll try and make sure this one doesn't reach the 12th. So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. And this is on the outside corner for strike one. Padres are going to get something going out in the bullpen now as a left-hander has stood up to throw. On the ground to the right side. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
That's a big leadoff hit late in the game right there. Now you're down one, you get the leadoff guy on. Now he can do a lot of things. Will he steal? Will they bunt him over? Will he score on a gapper? Maybe score on a home run. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they get him home.
A runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number one.
Really important time for a strikeout there, guys. Tying run at first, so objective number one is stranding him on base. And now with one out, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that run.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli. He'll be looking for something he can drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Boy, he's really mixing them up nice. Slider away and then comes back with a two-seamer in. Those balls are moving in opposite directions, and you're giving the hitter opposite things to look for. That was a good changeup right there. It just missed. But an even better take for him to lay off it because it had the great movement, and he laid off it even with two strikes.
Kemp ranging into shallow right, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out. Alan Hansen the next to bat. He's looking for his third hit of the ball game here. Dribbled up the line, but it gets fouled. The 0-1 delivery. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. On the ground to third. Throw in time, and the ball game is over.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work.
Kenji Hashimoto is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth.
Kenji Hashimoto.
Digging in and looking for more, Yasmani Grandal, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Ball one. Big spot. 2 out. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Another 1-2 delivery and a slider. Called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger, and the side is retired. Welcome back to the show's presentation of Major League Baseball. Great look there at the skylines of Dan McGrath.
Now pitching for San Diego.
Close one tonight. Kenji Hashimoto has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the eighth.
Kenji Hashimoto.
Ready once again, Maikel Franco. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the eighth. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Ready for another shot now. Number 41. He flew out in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss on the slider. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. Two are quickly retired to start inning number 8.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Now batting, second baseman.
Standing in now, Cesar Hernandez. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Right side, reined in. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up. Dan McGrath comes on from the pen.
Yeah, and that's just a punch to the...
Kenji Hashimoto takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Kenji Hashimoto.
Ready once again, Ryan Rua. He'll lead things off here as we play the bottom of the 9th.
Ryan Rua.
In there for strike 1.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage. Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first 2 pitches, but they're different pitches, both down. Good pitchers' pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. That's a good pitch right there, right on the corner with the fastball. Good job to foul it away with 2 strikes, though.
Hit out towards second. Schimpf scoops it up, and he's set down 1 away. In is Gerardo Parra. He was a ground out victim last time up. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. 1 out, nobody on. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now. And you see it there on your screen. Strikeout number 100 for him on the year, and that ain't bad. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Austin Barnes. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. 0-1, here it comes. Chop foul at the plate here, and it's 0-2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you don't make the postseason, but at least they got a win here in the season on